Hello, Drew. I have something to show you. I've been, during this pandemic time, I've been doing a lot of work with hypnosis and mind power, and I want to show you the ability that I have developed. I am able to take my brain waves and run them down through my body and out my fingers, and I can control things like this can. I can actually control it. And if you don't believe me, watch me do this. This is a perfectly level countertop. You can see the can is not rolling either way, but watch what happens when my mind power takes over. Slow down, stop, stop. Come to me, come to me, come to me. Now, what do you think, huh? That just broke a law of physics. Objects can only move when you give them a force, and you saw me give it a force, and the only way it could change directions is there were an opposite opposing force, and that came through my brain power. Do you believe me? I hope not. Anyway, this is a little trick that I have, and I'm sending you supplies on how to make it, and this film will tell you how to do that. I hope you are interested in watch it and build it, and show me if you are successful. Now, you know, Drew, you can't control things with your mind, but you can quiz your friends and see if they can figure out how this is done. And the way you build this is fairly simple. You need to get a metal can, and I've sent one to you. And then inside the can, you can see if I pull this out, what I have in there is a large bolt, and it's hanging in the can. And basically what's happening during this activity is as this rolls, the bolt is so heavy that it causes the rubber band to wind up, and it slows the can down. And then when it's slowed all the way down, the elastic energy that's held in there from winding up winds it the other way and brings it back to you. So here are the steps for building this. Okay, Drew, here's what you're going to find in the way of supplies. There's a metal can with a plastic lid. When you open that up, inside you're going to find a Ziploc bag containing the materials you will need. When I take that open, I have cut for you 2 wooden discs, and I have a little piece of sandpaper if you want to do any scuffing around the edge. I have a couple of bolts that I tied together to make them extra heavy, and I have some rubber bands for you and a couple of steel paper clips. Now, here's what you're going to do. The first thing is you need to take a sharp pointed object and knock a hole through this metal. I would recommend something, I have an ice pick that I like to use for things like this. You do it like that and just hit it with your hand. You can do that same thing, but make sure when you do this one that you have that lid on the top and puncture a hole through there. That's the first step. After you get that hole punctured through there, the next thing you're going to do, and this is kind of the tricky one, is you need to attach a couple of rubber bands to this. And the way that I would do that is, if you look at this rubber band, I'm going to take and I'm going to fold, I'm going to tuck this part inside of this part. And you'll notice when I do that, I get kind of 2 loops coming out like that. I'm going to take those loops and hook them around here and try and go to the center, and then tighten it like that. So you can see I'm holding it like that. Then take a second rubber band and do the same thing. I'll do that off screen. Now, the next thing you're going to do when you have this set up is you're going to take and you're going to open your can. You're going to make your rubber band as tiny as you can, and you're going to push it through that hole you made until you pop a little loop up on this side. When you get that loop popping up, take one of your paper clips. I'm going to pull it apart here for a moment. And take that paper clip, and with that loop coming up, you're just going to hook it like that. So if you can picture this now, you've hooked that rubber band loop on the outside of the can. You're going to do that there, and then you're going to pull it through and pull that little loopy thing here and go through this lid and do the same thing, putting a paper clip out here. That means your bolt is going to be suspended in the middle of the can when you put this lid on. Now the only reason for these is so when you show this trick to friends, you'll be able to take and glue this over here like that, and you'll glue that down and they won't be able to see the paper clip and they won't be able to understand what happened. I would suggest, if mom and dad have any hot glue, that you take hot glue with a little hot glue gun, heat it up, put a few squirts on the inside of this and press it down, count to 10, and you're set. If not, maybe mom or dad could give you some other ideas. Maybe two-sided sticky tape will hold this down and do the job. I hope you have fun building this, and you're able to amaze some of your friends. Take care, Drew. Love you.